We are just a couple of weeks away from the very first Pokemon Go Fest event of this year, and in my opinion, this year's Go Fest could potentially be the best Go Fest we've ever had, and it's for a variety of different reasons that I really want to talk about. And that's precisely what I'm going to be doing in this video. Let's get right into it. Alright, how's it going everyone? Count Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So, I want to talk about Pokemon Go Fest because I feel like there hasn't been a lot of discussions regarding this event as of late, and I kind of wanted to get the ball rolling. I kind of wanted to put a spotlight on this event and start building up the hype for it, because with everything that I've heard and with everything that I've seen regarding this year's Pokemon Go Fest, it really does look like this is going to be the best one we've ever had. Now, the first live in-person Go Fest is going to be starting in a couple of weeks, and it's going to be happening in Japan, and we're going to have 3 live in-person events as well as a global event. And one of the big things that has gotten me really hyped up for this year's Go Fest is the fact that Niantic is continuing a lot of the successful things that they've done with the past couple of Go Fests. Specifically, when it comes to the live in-person events, I've really enjoyed the format of having half of the experience being at the venue and the other half being in the host city. And I just feel like that model works. It's a great way to highlight the host city. In this case, it's going to be in Osaka, Japan, which is one of the classic cities for hosting Pokemon Go Fest and big events similar to that. And then of course, we're going to have one in Jersey City, which is a part of New York, essentially. I know people who live there are going to be really unhappy with me saying that, but essentially it is a part of New York. You're going to have the venue be in Jersey City, but the entire city exploration experience is going to be opened up to Manhattan, just like with last year's Go Fest. And then the last live in-person event is going to be happening in Paris, France, which I think is a great choice for a Pokemon Go Fest. Not that I've ever been there, but yeah, I think it's just all around looking to be really good. So that's probably one of the best things that they've ever done, in that they found a model that really works and they're just sticking to it. And I really hope they continue to do that, because for the last couple of Go Fests, which I attended in New York City, I've had a complete blast. I really felt like I got my money's worth when it comes to Go Fest's live in-person events. And that's really what it comes down to. They need to make sure they retain the value, because Pokemon Go Fest is incredibly expensive for these live in-person events. And on top of the ticket prices going up and up every single year, all of the different add-ons, which I feel are essential for the best gameplay experience, are also quite expensive when you add them up. So yeah, the fact that even with all of that, I still feel like I'm getting my money's worth just goes to show that they do have a formula that definitely works, and I really hope it continues for these events going forward. But if we were to talk about the global Pokemon Go Fest event, which of course is going to apply to a lot more players, I really feel like this year's content is looking to be pretty good. On top of all of the new Pokemon that we're going to be able to get, I really do like the fact that they're including a regional, which is actually quite a rare regional, which is Klefki, but they're also going to be introducing Crown Form Zacian as well as Crown Form Zamazenta, and they're going to be available in raid battles, so you do not have to buy any kind of special ticket in order to get these new legendaries. But they're going to operate very similarly to the fusion forms that we've seen in the past, more specifically with like fusion form Necrozma as well as with Kyurem. You're going to be collecting energy for both of these Pokemon, and you're going to be able to essentially upgrade your already obtained Zacians and Zamazentas. So if you're sitting on a 100% IV Zacian, for example, you're going to be able to get its crown form by raiding for the energy that is required to transform it. I really like that. I really feel like that's something that will work out for a lot of players. And even if you do not have a 100% IV, there will be a way for you to get it simply without having to just do a whole bunch of raids. I'll get more into that later. But I also feel like one of the things that is really cool about this year's Pokemon Go Fest is that the mythical Pokemon that we're going to be able to get is actually something that is relevant. And I'm of course talking about Volcanion. This is one of those mythical Pokemon that actually has a lot of gameplay implications. So for all the players who are going to be getting this Pokemon for the very first time, they're going to be getting a Pokemon that is going to be impactful for their account. The one thing that I always appreciate about this is, of course, for newer players. Because if you're someone who just started playing Pokemon Go, you're probably lacking in those big game changer Pokemon. So it's really nice that Niantic is essentially going to be giving you one through this event. It's going to be a Pokemon that's going to be pretty good for raid battles, but also with PvP. And it's always a really good thing when Niantic actually gives you something that you can get use out of. So yeah, that's one of the big positives with this year's Pokémon GO Fest, and especially if you are a newer player, I really do think you should be hyped up for this event. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, this is something that hasn't officially been announced yet, but it is something that we are aware of is going to be part of Pokémon GO Fest, is of course the introduction of bottle caps. I mentioned earlier that even if you do not get yourself a 100% IV Zacian or Zamazenta, but you want one for the crown form, well, you're going to be able to get that because of bottle caps. So what are bottle caps? Basically, they're going to be an item that you can use on one of your Pokemon, and you can start engaging in something called hyper training with that Pokemon when you use that bottle cap. And what hyper training does is that it increases the IVs of that Pokemon, and it's going to be through different tasks that you will need to complete. The one caveat I will say is that it's looking like bottle caps are going to be monetized. They're going to be something you will be able to obtain through some sort of pass mechanic, which you will likely have to pay for. But I will say that it will probably be worth it. For all the players that I talked to who purchased the Go Pass with the Wild Area event, they always talk about how the Lucky Trinket was such a good purchase. Like, when you spend money in order to get the premium track, in order to get the new premium item, the use for that item is actually what makes it so valuable. And on top of that, you get a whole bunch of goodies like candy and Stardust and different things like that. And for every player that I talked to who did purchase the premium track, they do feel like they got their money's worth, and they feel like the live in-person event, whether it be the Go Tour event or the Wild Area event from last year, those events did get enhanced with the purchase of the Tour Pass. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting this time around because there's going to be an item that is universally going to be good for pretty much every single Pokemon Go player. So I'm really curious to see what the implications are going to be for this year's Pokemon Go Fest. Once it gets officially announced, I can guarantee you that the hype around Pokemon Go Fest this year is going to skyrocket. A lot of players are going to get really excited for this event. And yeah, I do think that announcement is just around the corner. Maybe by the time you watch this video, Niantic will have officially announced the introduction of bottle caps, and I really want to know how the community is going to react to that. It probably will be very positive, but I'm sure there's going to be some naysayers out there who are just going to feel like Niantic is just aggressively monetizing the game, and yeah, I can totally understand that sentiment. But in any case, that's going to be it for this video. Yeah, Pokemon Go Fest is fastly approaching, and I really do want to know what players are thinking. Are you excited for Pokemon Go Fest of this year, or do you feel like the hype is just not there compared to previous Go Fests? If you feel that way, definitely share your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm really curious to know why you think that, and if you have some really good thoughts, then definitely share it so that we can have a great discussion. And yeah, thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. If you ended up enjoying it, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here, and don't forget that notification bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. Real quick, let me give a shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support the Jinsula channel, the best way you could do that is going to be by joining my Patreon. And if you decide to become a paid Patreon member, I'm going to add you to my Pokemon Go friends list. So that means for stuff like remote raids, the friendship system, opening and sending gifts. If you want to play Pokemon Go with me, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And if you want to support my channel in a completely different way, you're always welcome to do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula. I'm on the platforms you see on the bottom of your screen. Make sure you go over there and give me a follow, and you'll have access to some exclusive content, and you'll be able to keep up with my daily life. With all that said, that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today, and I'll catch you all later. 진솔아와 함께해